Welcome to Framework Fortune. I know I have been MIA, but I have been MIA for good reasons. But anyway, it's time for some more stock market analysis. I'm taking over for HH Trader this morning as he was busy. So that's why I'm live earlier than normal. But we'll be diving in here shortly. Just give me a few minutes to kind of get everything worked out here and shared and all that good stuff. Now, we did see a pretty nasty drop in the NQ yesterday, which if you was in H chat, I was saying that's what it was going to look like, a straight down dive. At the moment, we're holding right above the 50 on the 200-day, 50-day moving average. We have that previous support there that's cracked. And it has got some buying pressure off of that 50. But as I was saying yesterday in H's stream as well, everybody was excited about oil going down. And obviously right here we can see oil prices rebound. Natural gas lingers at 14-year high as supply worries bite. Not only that, the whole damn entire population of the world, all the countries, are pretty much inflated currencies. So while we're at high inflation, oil is not going to go down. Do not get your hopes up. You might get a break of $3.50 a gallon or $3.75 a gallon, but it's going to be a short-lived break, and that's already looks like that's coming to pass. Let's see. Yeah, oil's back over 92 or over 90. Yeah, broke the downtrend, so all oil's got to do is just get back up over 95, 97, and 100. It's got 3 resistance lines ahead of it. Of course, oil moves a little slower. Come on. But right there, see if I can get this drawn correctly. There we go. Come on. I can't move you. Oh, there we go. So right through here, all of that is resistance until it can get over 100. So has broken the downtrend. Oil also held this strong support that was resistance back through here, resistance right through here. So that hit multiple times at that resistance area around that 85. This line is cracked, so I'm going to remove it. But that is basically what's holding up on oil and probably going to continue. Ooh, looks like we got some crypto stocks trying to get a little bounce today. Mara had won a decent run. So give me just a second. I'm just popping this over into the Framework Fortune Discord. If you're not a member of the Framework Fortune Discord, I would definitely say think about joining the Discord. Okay, there we go. Should be all set up and ready to go here. Yeah, we got cryptos having a nice little bounce today. Let's see. Let's see what we got going on in the scanners. Of course, we got 9 minutes till market open, so actually I'm not even, I could check the scanners, but I'm not really worried about the scanners at the moment. We got 8, gosh. This is showing this is up 60,000%, which that's not true. Let's say the float is a new IPO. We'll keep it on watch. I mean, the move it made yesterday, it looks like it IPO'd around $7, shot up to 10, and just been on this downtrend ever since. Somewhere about like that. So if it could break that downtrend, we do have a little bit of support. Try a little double bottom there. basically at $5. So that could be a possible play. AREI. A little bit higher float. Looking at this daily chart, is got a little bit of a consolidation triangle there. I don't know if I want to call it. I mean, some people might consider this a bull flag. I just consider it a triangle, and it's either about to pop to the upside or it's going to come back down. Probably to $9, where all this previous resistance is, that's now become new support. We'll keep it on watch though. MIRN, that looks like garbage. Snapchat ascending, Marin Software stock higher. Why? Platform. Oh, okay. They're integrating their platform with Snapchat. 15 million shares. Let's see, did this come out yesterday or something? Yeah, so the PR came out yesterday. It looks like probably a little late. It looks like they also had, yeah, they had some earnings that were alright, but could be one to keep an eye on, as you know, anytime low float penny stock gets some type of action from a high blue chip company, or you know, bigger price company, stronger company like Snapchat, which I don't know if I'd say Snapchat's really a blue chip or a strong company. I'll just say they're, you know, they've got money. We'll just say that. Keep an eye on that one. That's got potential just because of that news. APRN. This is Blue Apron. This has actually been on a nice uptrend over this past week. A little bit off of that uptrend, and you're running into 650 top resistance there. ILAG, that looks like garbage. I looked at both of those. BBY, nothing there. Alright, so we're just going to have to wait until the market opens up in 4 minutes to kind of get an idea of what's going on. You know, it's always chaos first thing in the morning. INDL, though, on a very nice uptrend. If oil continues to push, if oil continues to push, INDL could probably get another pop. Just needs to break 8. And then 825, you can see all those little wicks, multiple wicks, that hit right against this 825 ceiling. Bam, 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 boom. So that's a lot of resistance we got to break. And that downtrend as well is right there. And and the 50-day is also right here. That's what's holding it up at the moment. 779, 50 days laying flat across these two candles. You ate these at what kind of ads are you getting? Are we getting nailed with ads? Because I can go turn them down. Well, here, for now, just because I don't have enough time really to mess with it, we'll just go turn them off on this stream really quick. I can always turn them back on after the stream. I have to look and check because I redid some things with my streaming, because right now we're streaming to Twitch. Any streams from now on that I do on the Framework Fortune Home channel or the Framework Fortune Crypto channel will also be streamed to the Framework Fortune Twitch. And we also have the DLA DAO, which we've been streaming to the DLA DAO Twitch and YouTube. Which, if you're not familiar with the DLA DAO, we'll talk about that a little later in the stream after we get done with the action, because that is just more action. And we'll talk about how you can get involved if you're interested in getting involved with the project. Alright, so let me turn these ads off right quick. Alright, there you go. We should not be getting any more ads, so hopefully that helps. They shouldn't have been that big of, they shouldn't have been crazy ads anyway, but if YouTube's being crazy. Oh, they're just at the beginning? Okay, what are they doing? Which ones are they? The 20, ooh, INDO on this 15-minute. I would say INDO high alert here at the bell if it starts to push over that. Yeah, if it starts to push up to 8 and starts breaking 8 and testing 825. Now, of course, you know, at the bell, most of these stocks, if they are going to run up, they're going to come right back down. So you got to be careful. PTSTV, I don't like that. BKT is another crypto play. It's looking down. Mara, Coin, all the crypto plays looking down. However, if crypto starts to rebound, see gold still holding 1750. Big old upside down U shape there. Veru, that is coming back and testing the top resistance line of this previous resistance. So if that can hold as new support at that 1650-ish, 1625, then we could see a bounce. We also got that uptrend getting very close. I'm liking Veru for a possible pop. Maybe not today, but maybe tomorrow or the next day. Sometime this week. It looks like it's getting ready to try to go another little leg up, but it's probably going to have to consolidate a little bit today across it here and tomorrow, and then maybe we see it dip down and just go shoot up that triangle. Unless the NASDAQ keeps on dumping. The NASDAQ keeps on dumping, then oh boy. Alright, so bell's open. We actually just opened above the downtrend on Ape. So possible play for a quick scalp. Could be forming, but be careful because if you do try to scalp this right out the gate, it easily could get rejected. I like to give these things time. I don't even like trading this first 30 minutes, but there it goes. Let's see if it can break 7 here. All the way up to 691. Just trying. Oh, here we go. Test the 7 coming. Put my level 2 on. Let's see if we break 7 here, if we get rejected. So first little tap, which I don't even know if we tapped 7, but got a rejection there. I'll put this on the hour chart. Yeah, it does not look bad at all. See where these lines at. 750, 850. So if this breaks set, well, there goes the $7 break. So you should have a nice move up to 750. Shh. Sambo's barking. Hey, Lori. Good morning. Oh, I didn't say good morning to anybody. I'm sorry, guys. Good morning, Stomps and Chomps. Good morning, Donnell. Good morning, Rudy. Good morning, or good evening, sweet Lori Lee. Now, I am still not back consistently streaming. I'm streaming when HH is not streaming because the DAO project has had, the DLA DAO project has had me slammed the last few weeks. I mean, 20 plus hours a day working on that thing, but boy, is it turning out like, I mean, it's beautiful. We're beyond and above expectations for the first 3 weeks of that project being released. And again, if you're a Framework Fortune Discord community member, there is a airdrop specifically for those members. So go join the Framework Fortune Discord and get that airdrop. Or if you're already in there, make sure you sign up for that airdrop of DLA tokens, even if you're not into cryptos. They're free. Why would you turn down free stuff? All right, so 690 is starting to reclaim here as support. Let's see if we get another test of 7 here. Looks like we might. If the 690 can hold up. This is why I don't like the first 30 minutes. Because it's so volatile. Let me check around, see what else we got. MIRN. Oh, beautiful. Look at that gap up. Look at that. That was beautiful. Oh, I don't know why I'm being stupid. The gap up is right there on the other aggregator, but still on that 15-minute, the way it's coming out, pushing up over 225. If it can hold 225 support here, we might could see it push up to about 240, 250. That's going to be next resistance. IND, whoa boy, look at that. Beautiful. INDO's pushing up some too, so oil must be pushing. Reliable Rudy, you're in INDO still, right? He's probably making a nice little whop off this. Let's see if it breaks 9. That might try to take out 9 here. Oil's still just hanging out around 92.50. They have any news? Nope, they don't have any news. Breaking 9 up to 9.10. Quick little snap. Quick little snap up there, but struggling. Ape looks like it's coming back up for another test of 7 here. Yep, we're about to tap that 7 mark. A lot of volume coming through. You can tell just by looking at the time and sells. Testing 7 through 7. Up to 705. Remember, we got to get through 750. We got up to 750 before next major resistance. Right through here. 720, beautiful. Beautiful move so far. MRIN, nothing yet, but trying to hold up. INDO breaking 9 up to 917, very nice. Ape going. Ape's still struggling with 7. INDO is still going. 925, 930, 935. Let's see if this thing's going to go nuts. Let's see how much money Rudy's going to make today. Up to 940. Let's go. 950. Can we see a 950 break here? Woo, right through 950 like a slice of butter. Oh my goodness. That's so beautiful. Okay, it is getting held up there for a second. Now, okay. Oh, no, 950 held. As soon as that came back down to 950, that got bought up right back to 970. So we are getting that resistance there at the 950. Of course, $10 is going to be very, very strong resistance. Always strong resistance. Whole number. One of the main whole numbers. But that was a beautiful, beautiful rip out the gate so far on INDO. Ape is still struggling, more than likely because it looks like INDO is probably about to take the lead today. Maybe the stock to watch, especially if oil continues to do its thing, which I don't see why it wouldn't. But a little back test here of 925, 930 stacking. You see at 950 start holding up again as support. As soon as 950 is holding up again as support, we're going to see this pop up to 10. We're starting to get back up to 950 right now. Now, if it can't get back over 950, it's going to pull back. And it could be just as fast as a pullback as it was a rip. Yeah. MIRN does have very good news. But it's not performing very well off of that good news yet. Like, it's still downtrending. So I want to see some, maybe down to 2 might be an interesting area. But, starting to go red on the day here on the market open chart. INDO right back up to 950. Let's see if we can get over it. One more time. Still struggling. Let's go check the NQ. Looks like the NQ is turning a little green. But we're right on that support line still. A lot of testing going on at the moment. Alright, it's still hanging in here. It's right below 950. Here comes a 950 test. And it looks like we might slide right through it. Let's see. Getting a little bit of selling pressure right against it. 947. I guess got taken out. 948. Can they get taken out? Nope. Still struggling with that 950 line. Got 8 minutes on this 15-minute candle left. So still, we're only 7 minutes into the market, and this thing's already ripped $1. So if it's going to stay volatile like this, there's going to be plenty of opportunities to get in it at some bounces. There's the butter slice right through 950 again. Let's see if we start holding 950. But if you miss the entry down here, trying to get it up here is a little sketchy. That's what I'm saying. We got so much time left in the market. This is just coming out the gate. Plenty of time to see this thing have a pullback somewhere and look for an entry then. But, yep, see, not able to hold that 950 yet. Still struggling. And it looks like, the struggle is happening on the NQ at the same time. So this is more or less the NQ struggling that's causing everything else to struggle. Yeah, APE's still just hanging out right there. MRIN turning red on the day, but if it can stay above this wick at 207, could have a shot. Mara shooting up out of the gate as well. No, that's a crypto play. So those crypto plays... Probably, BKKT. We got a lot of little shoot-ups all of a sudden. Coinbase, all of them got the same. Real quick, let me see what's happening over in the crypto market that got them to pop up all of a sudden like that. Let's see here. Oh, there it is. Just really quick, I'm going to pull this up just so we can see. Yeah, Ethereum's trying to getting bought up and trying to push back above 1700, whereas Bitcoin bouncing off the overall trend line. This would be the 4th time if Bitcoin holds up here off of this trend line, which would be pretty strong to see. Most of the cryptos, though, looking not too much different than they did yesterday. Some rebounds, especially in the Atom ecosystem. If you've been following me on cryptos and you've heard me talk about Cosmos Atom and the Cosmos ecosystem a lot, VanEck International. And if you don't know who VanEck International is, we'll pull it up right now so you can see it. This is a big hedgie. This is a very big hedgie. Did I spell it right? My interrelations officer. No, that's not right. VanEck. How do you spell it? There it is. VanEck International. Oh, I spelled it wrong. Okay. So I'm trying to find... See, like, they have gold funds, Class A, and all of that. But they just put out a report, and I'll try to find it later and post it in the Discord. I don't know exactly where it's at. But VanEck is calling... And VanEck, like I said, is not a small company. Not at all. They are a very big hedgie. They are calling for Atom to be at $1,600 a coin by 2030. So that's pretty wild that VanEck has come out and said that about Cosmos Atom. I mean, they're mainly focused in the stock market and funds, like I said. So that's real crazy, real interesting. Let's see, this SB said good vibes. If Endo breaks 10, it might rip. Yeah, I mean, if it breaks 10, it could. It's still hanging up there. As long as it's hanging up around 950, it's got some time still. We got 3 minutes left on this first 15 minutes of the market. So that's what I say. I mean, there's plenty of time to look for entries on this. And we may not, this is why I never like to trade this early in the morning, because it's hard to say. Why is Indo up? Because it's an oil stock and oil's up. That's pretty much why. Let's see, where's the oil at? Yeah, you see there's oil right there. Oil bouncing off of, here, let me go on the daily chart so you guys can see this, because I've had this drawn out, keeping an eye on oil. But, oh my goodness, I haven't looked at it, but that's a beautiful double bottom on oil. Yeah, you can forget about your cheap gas prices. I did look at that earlier, but I didn't realize that was a double bottom right there. So the downtrend on oil has broken, And then we just got this resistance left, but beautiful, beautiful double bottom. Right off of that 87 area. And then also inflation is still up. So, inflation of the US dollar is going to make everything and anything higher priced in US dollar, because your purchasing value of your US dollars are decreased. The amount of stuff that you can buy with them are decreased with inflation. So as long as we have high inflation, I can promise you, oil prices, gas prices are not going to go that low. It's not going to happen. But yeah, that's why INDO is making such a nice move. Here it is, back up to 950. Let's see if it can start popping that 950 area. I mean, oil's pushing, so there's, good reason for INDO to push. And here we come to the 950. Oh, I didn't even realize APE broke that $7 area pretty strong. Whoops, come on. So actually APE halted. So nice job if you caught APE out of the beginning of market open when I was calling it out, saying that this one had potential, breaking this downtrend. You just got that from 675 to 728, it looks like, 725. And you're sitting in a halt right now waiting for this thing to open up to see if it can push up more. Now, this daily chart on this IPO is looking very sweet. If we get a push up out of this halt. Now, we could see the halt come out and we could see it come right back down because it's still that early. And then, of course, INDO is getting a lot of eyes on it right now. So that could take away from other plays. MIRN, still nothing there yet. But if MIRN holds $2, we start to get like a double bottom or triple bottom across here, right above 2. That could still be a play. That's still halted. Possible double top on the INDO. We got that candle just open, so we got another 15 minutes. This candle has to push over 979 and make a new high, or this will be a double top. Let's see if it can get it. And more than likely, if it pushes for the new high of 979 over that, then it's going to hit 10. I mean, that's only 20 cents away. And this thing just ripped, a whole dollar in less than 7 minutes ago, or 7 minutes that time frame. Yeah, so there we go. There's the new high of 980. Let's see if the volume comes back in and pushes up some more. Don't say it's not a double top yet. It's too early to say. It's a double top at the moment. It's got to break, or it's going to come right back down. Yeah. We'll see. Still trying to hold it. 950's got to hold up as support. APE is still halted, it looks like. When did this get halted? They did not say. Let me go to a 5 minute, then I'll be able to tell. Around about what time it was halted. That's right, I don't even have 5 minute charts anymore. I don't use them. Let's see if we open there. This is a 15-minute candle. We had a little dip, and then we shot up. So that should be coming out of this halt soon, unless there's something weird with it going on. All right, here goes INDO. Let's see. Looking like it's wanting to try to push to 10 now. Bam, what a nice pop. Straight up 990. This is no longer a double top. We are getting some action, and it looks like we're going to get that push to 10 right now. Rudy has been all over this play. He's talking about it yesterday to me. Got a high of 991. Need to see it start holding 990 if it's going to try to break. For another leg up after 10. Now again, on the daily chart, we are running into that 200 moving average, which is also at $10 area. So we got the 200-day, which is very strong support and resistance, and right now it's holding up as very strong resistance. And then we've got $10 being a natural hold number. So we got double the resistance at this $10 area, which is why I'm saying it may not break out yet. Maybe better to wait it out, let it come back down. Let's see, Ape just came out of its halt. Kind of. Well, wait a minute. Let's see, is it going to start popping here? A lot of indecision on that one still. INDO still holding 975. Starting to hold 975 as support, which is a good sign. Let's see if it can break up over at 980 and get back up towards 10. Just that 200, just this right here though. This little part right here is the problem. That 200 is very, very strong resistance. Ape coming back down. MRIN still looking red, but holding 2 for now. INDO pretty. Let me see. Let me pull up the other scanners, see if there's anything else popping up on those. Low float now. So high float stocks. We got Carnival Cruise Lines up about 2.6%. Ford's up a little bit. GM's up a little bit. We checked that Airy with a massive gap there, but it is trying to push still. If this holds over 15, AERI could be a possible play. And of course, right there is INDO. ENSV, this one got a little pop. ENSV, I'm thinking, is an oil stock as well. Yeah, that one's an oil stock. Low float, so let's put it on the watch list. And then let's go ahead and put our other low float oil stocks back on the watch list like Hussa. I bet all of them look similar. Ooh, INDO is getting real close to this $10 break. Real close. Let's see here before I switch over to ENSV. Let's see if Rudy's going to get a big fat paycheck today. Why is your 200 at 1060? Because you nailed this play, man. You did your research. You did your analysis. You were talking about it last week on Friday or whatever, that INDO. You traded INDO on Friday. While everybody else, was looking at other stuff. You took that INDO trade and made a nice a little whop there, and now this thing is still struggling with 10. All right, I'm going to check these other oil stocks right quick. Oh, yeah, Hussa had a huge gap up, too, almost a 75-cent run. But trying to hold $5. If Hussa can hold $5 as new support here, then we could see that bounce off of that $5 area for another possible move. Especially if INDO starts really getting crazy. If we see INDO get crazy, we're probably going to get sentiment from oil stocks, the hype off of INDO on these other stocks as well. So I mean, ENSV, Hussa. Oh, there's one more. Where's my boy? The one that never has volume, but when it does get volume, it rips. And yeah, right there, MARPS, you can see where I've traded this thing a ton of times. HH kind of traded INDO more than I did. I stayed on MARPS because MARPS is a fund, an oil fund. What did I just do here? But MARPS, they actually looks like they've, no, they're still very low float, only 2 million. So it's a lower float play than INDO, but be it only 2 million shares and being a fund, you can see how crazy this play is. I mean, in what, 22 minutes of the market open, it opened about right here, shot down to 850, shot all the way up to 911, came back to 9 before closing. On this candle, opened right here at 9, shot up to 950, and then came right back down. But you can see there's very little volume on it. So like I said, when it gets volume, that's when marks can get crazy. But we'll have to start monitoring oil real close again, since oil is moving up and we're seeing heat in all the oil stocks. Yeah, Huss is still trying to fill it out. INDO trying to fill it out. MRIN actually making that nice double bottom so far. Got 7 minutes on that candle. Does need to break over this 215 area. If we can see MRIN break the 215, it could try to make a push up to that 230 previous high and test that downtrend. We do have room up to the 200-day. Yeah, we have room up to the 200-day, about 280. So, I mean, I wouldn't expect, well, I don't know. It's hard to say with that. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a fan of Snapchat, so I wouldn't really be too concerned about this news. Like I said, for penny stocks, when they usually get news from big companies, it is a good thing. But Snapchat, I just don't know. I just don't know if it's going to affect it or not. Look at that big candle. That big bounce just now, that 15-minute candle on the NASDAQ. NASDAQ was about to eat it, and then buyers come in and bought it straight up. That's a little strange. They just bought it off of that 50-day. But that, I mean, that much volume. For that to pop like that, it's a lot of money. Let's see, Ape just got... Ooh, Ape got halted to the downside. So we'll see where that opens up yet. Still hasn't cracked the double bottom. It just got halted before it could even drop. We don't want to see this open lower than 668. And that's the bottom wick of this candle, right? Actually, we probably don't even want to see it under 675. If it unhalts and doesn't gap down, if it comes out of this halt and gaps down to here, that's going to be rough on anybody who was trying to trade that. But if it gaps, like on this candle when it halted, it came out of the gap and actually opened up lower, which happens sometimes. So you can see right there, this would have been the open. It shot up, and top of your candle is on a red candle is always your open of the candle, and the close would be the bottom. Then opposite on a green candle, your bottom is your open of the candle, and well, actually, that may not be. Yeah. The way I'm displaying it's fine. Yeah, because that's a red candle. This is a green candle. So your open on a green candle is at the bottom. Your open on a red candle is at the top, and then the close is vice versa, same way. Yep, look at that. INDO coming back into that double top formation. 5 minutes left on this 15-minute chart, though, as long as it doesn't dump too hard. I'm starting to give up 950. So, we're almost out of this first 30 minutes of chaos. MRIN. MRIN starting to look a little interesting. Starting to show like it wants to go a little bit here. Just pushed over. This is a bullish engulfing candle. We have the body of this red candle right here and here. The body of the green candle, it opened here, and it's below the body of the red candle. And now if this candle can continue to push up, and the top of the body of this, like right there, the top of the body of this candle just surpassed the previous top of this candle. So you can see now this is a bullish engulfing candle. And if it stays like that, we should see a nice little pop here very soon on MRIN. Now, if it can't, if it gets rejected and comes right back under at 215 area, then it's not a bullish engulfing, right? You see, every time it drops right below, it comes right back where the body is right even with that previous candle's body. Yep, see, still getting rejected, so little indecision there, but it is looking pretty decent. Could get some action here in a second. INDO pulling back to 950, and that's what I was saying. Don't catch FOMO and jump in this just because it ripped $1 out the gate. There will be opportunities. Hussa holding above 5 though. Hussa could be one to keep on watch. If INDO is slowing down Hustle may start to go. I don't have any money in my stock account right now. Well, I haven't been trading stocks, and plus, like I said, I'm waiting for the market to come down even harder. NQ is not able to really hold so far, even after that big buying pressure, buying candle, which that could have been just shorters covering. You know, shorters who got up in here on the NQ could be covering down here, or if they went inverse ETF or something, they could be covering here because this is a major support line, and it is possible the NQ bounces back up to the downtrend. So if that was covering and we don't get any more buying that comes in and pushes it up, then shorters are going to come take back a hold of the NQ and take this thing down some more. Ape's still hanging in there. I said we just don't want to see it under 675. INDO, we really don't want to see under 875, the bottom of this candle. That would be a decent little support area possibly. Boy, I drew that thing all wild. Let's see. Bam. Okay. MRIN. Yeah, INDO holding at 850. I'm going to go ahead and remove that line. And then we'll go ahead and put that one right across. Whoops. I'm standing the wrong way. Yeah, and you can see this where it's holding up so far today at 875. The bottom range so far is that previous resistance there. And INDO still. Hussa maybe about ready to go here. So far held up 5, actually dipped below 5. You know, if I was looking to get in this, I would have liked that entry at 5. Definitely not up here. But if it breaks 525 here, it could start going again. We just have to be cognizant. I don't care what anybody else says about the NQ and what they think that the NQ does not affect stocks. But we have to be cognizant of the NQ right now. If the NQ cracks here, people are going to flood out of the market because the NQ is going to come back down to probably 12.5, maybe even lower. So that is a problem. We got the break out of that inverse head and shoulders that we've been talking about. But, oh, come on. Come on. Work with me here. There you go. And we do have this little uptrend. So we got our previous kind of resistance support line at 13. Uptrends right below 13. It's possible we could see the NASDAQ bounce a little bit more before it really cracks this uptrend. All right, back over here. Ape. Ooh, that's looking kind of nice. If Ape starts to go green here and can break and hold 7. If not, we're going to pull back down to 675. Like I said, it's going to take some time to figure out after that. Hussa pushing up for did it push the new high? No, it didn't push a new high yet. It's super close to pushing that new high. Okay, it tapped it. It tapped 528, it looks like. Where's oil at? Yeah, oil's just going straight up right now. New high on oil. So, yeah, that's making the oil plays probably catch all the attention. Or at least some of the oil plays. Yeah, INDO is probably about to break 10 now. This is beautiful. This is a beautiful, beautiful pattern here. You got the initial big run up. You got some indecision there, but ended up closing kind of right at that same area. Did not technically make a double top. I mean, it did on the tops of these two bodies, but it was able to push up a little bit higher. And now we've got a bullish engulfing green candle engulfing the whole little body of this red candle coming out of that indecision. Still could be some indecision on it. Looks like it
may try to flag, but it may not. It may just, if it starts getting close to that 990 again, it may just try to shoot right through, because it's the third, close to the third test of that $10 area. Now, we still haven't hit $10, so we need to hit $10 so we can see how much selling pressure is there on the level 2. So we'll see if that can work out. Whoops. I don't know about Ape yet. Ape's still looking sketchy. MRIN still looking a little sketchy. For the time being, Hustler pulling back some. INDO is still trying that beautiful pattern. We don't want to see. We don't want to see this. That's not what we wanted to see right there. As I was saying, it needs to stay above this 961 of the body of this red candle, and 962 the body of that candle. You had your SQQ order. Let's see. Oh, Rooster's going off here in the chat about INDL. Let's see what we always said. Let's see here. Yeah, it's definitely overbought. You were right about that. Nice. Value just barely missed that order yesterday. This is an important candle on the 5-minute. Nah, I'm going to disagree with that. I don't look at the 5-minute. And there's no important candles on the 5-minute. It's just chaos. I could change this to a 5-minute, but like 5-minute charts, they're just not really good. They can give you a false sense of what is actually going to happen. That's why I watch the daily, the hour, and the 15. I haven't looked at a 5-minute chart in so long. I used to use them. Like, I'm not knocking them. If you use them, you use them. I used to use them just like I used to use the VWAP and all that stuff. You watch my previous videos, from the beginning of the channel and even a few years in, I really did not start changing my perception on things until probably mid. Well, I know when it was when my perception changed on everything. It was 2020 when the Feds announced that they were going to do massive QE and they just pushed the market straight up. That's when I realized that this is all fake. If they can do that, and they can also halt the market, because we had the whole entire stock market halted twice in 2020. Not just one stock, the whole entire stock market shut down for a day. So, if you know about economics and free market principles, markets don't shut down. You have demand all the time. That's why cryptos are 24/7. So, this thing's about to go here. This is looking real nice. Pushing up that 980 now, 985. Sitting through 985, 989, 990, up to 10. Here we go. Woof! Right through 10. Beautiful. Let's see if it keeps going. Up to 1028. Rudy is bringing in the money today. He's going to be making it rain here soon. Go buy some EVIO skins for the DLA Dow after this trade so we can keep up with demand. Look at this rip all the way up to 1050, guys. Beautiful. Beautiful. Who else got some of this? I don't even want to trade. If you guys are making all this money, I'm happy with you. I'm going to live vicariously through you. This is great. I love this. I love seeing you guys make money. Look at this beautiful rip. Now, let's see if it can get out of that 1050. Well, never mind. As I said it tried. Oh, let's see if it's going to go. It's going to go some more here. Where's oil at? Oil is at... Blah, 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 blah. Where are you at, oil? Oil's still holding over 93. Nice rip, though. Oof. We may, if we break 1050 here, let me go ahead and analyze this on a daily chart, because we were starting to get real frisky. And I did wear the Show Me the Frisk shirt today. So, we need to see the frisk for Rudy and everybody else. Who's trading today? Oh yeah, we're about to go. This is about to get nasty. We traded this before in the past on the last oil run. So we know how fast this thing can get going and how far it can go. There's that last oil, the last big run. It ran all the way to $87. Now, I'm not saying that can happen again. More than likely, that wouldn't. Well, I don't know. It's hard to say with oil stocks because if they start pulling tons of oil out of the ground, then I mean that's tons of money. Oil is one of the most. Actually, I'd say oil is the most valuable commodity that there is, and that's why everybody who owns oil are the most powerful people in the world. And you just got to think about it. Look at this beautiful, beautiful rip. I don't even know. Let's see. We're past. We should be past that 200. Yeah, we're past the 200 at the moment. Next area, 1250 is looking like. No, we got some. We've got a whole lot through 11. Well, basically 10.50 up to $15 is a lot of resistance. So I'm gonna go ahead and draw these lines out. We're gonna draw this one right here where the gap is because this is the most obvious one, and it's also $15. Nice whole number. Damn, that was crooked. Let me redraw that. Can't be drawing crooked lines. Come on. There you go. And then right here. Actually, at this point, that's kind of becoming support. Let's see. Looks like we may get a test of 11 here in just a couple of seconds. 1190 is your 100 for the day. You probably, it's possible on this play. Especially now that it's over that 200 day. We'll see how it acts at 11. We're getting real close. Oh, here we go. Oh, we were going right through 11. Right through it. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Look at this thing go. Trying to hold that 11 support as a back test. As soon as that starts to hold, new buyers are going to come in. They'll feel comfortable. We may see this get a big leg up and possibly a halt if 11 holds. We got good momentum right now on INDO. 11 struggling. Oh, back tested. It came right back up to 1110. Over 1110. Oh, little resistance at 1110. See, how's the other plays we're watching do it? Ape has got, oh wow. So Ape actually unhalted, same place, dropped down, and then come right back up and got halted again at this same area. So we do have a triple bottom on Ape, but it's getting halted. It's already been halted 3 times. So if you get in that play, you're going to be having to be careful. Look at that, 1140. That means also Hussa's running up to 550. Let's go, baby. MRPS up to 930. All the oil stocks. Woo, boy. You better make this money now while you can, guys, because you're going to be paying it in gas in another week. Trust me. Up to 1139. So 1150 next resistance. More than likely, it looks like it's going to break that here in a second. Let's see it. Let's see it. Come on. Here it comes. Here it comes. Right through it. Right through it. Let's see. It hit it. Got rejected. But it looked like it was about to cut right through it. Is this where you're going to slow down at? Got 5 minutes on this. 4 minutes on this candle left. This big, giant green candle. Looks like we're going to slow down a little bit. We're losing a little bit of momentum now, which makes sense. We just ran, from market open from 881 to 1150. That's a $2.80 run almost per share. So that's a huge gain if you got in this when I was calling it out at the beginning. If you're still holding it. I mean, I wouldn't blame you if you locked out, at that $10 and you got in at 880, or if you locked out at 11. I mean, this thing is just going at the moment. Oh, boy. Okay, Ape is still trying to hold 7. Ape will be back alive if it can break 725. Testing 720 right at the moment. A lot of sellers sitting there. But if INDO and these oil plays keep ripping, then all the volume's going to leave everything else. MRIN, little U-shape starting to form. Got 2.5 minutes on this candle to close. What you want to see is this next candle open up right around that 250, preferably above 215, and then that thing could possibly make that move we were talking about earlier. ENSV, this other oil play, kind of bouncing around this $2 area, trying to test that. So we're still holding above 11, which is a good sign on INDO. Back tested that, shooting back up to 1136. Here we go, 1150 rip, baby. Let's see it rip through it right. We just touched it again. Here it goes. Here it goes. Oh, is it going to go? Got rejected 2 touches so far. 3 touches, actually, from that one from a few minutes ago. If it's going to keep this momentum up, it's got to break now or in the next minute. Yeah, it's struggling with that 1150, but they are hitting it. Up, right through 1150 on the ask, up to 1152. Got a new high, actually, at 1154. I didn't even see the 1154 on the ask. It's looking decent. Got to hold up 1125 now to keep the momentum for another leg up. And then Hussa, our downtrend, we're right at. So this is a big wedge triangle pattern on the daily chart for Hussa. Break of 550 is the break of pretty much that downtrend. And Hussa could start going a little crazy too, like INDO, as they're both low float. Yeah, and you got the uptrend. You can just take this off and just play this uptrend on Hussa at this point. It's just going nicely right up the uptrend. On INDO, however, where's our initial uptrend at? Shoot, we're way off that. We're way off the initial uptrend. It's not even there anymore. So, yeah, starting to pull back, testing 11, giving up 11 a little bit. So we need to give some time to see if it's going to hold 11. But we did not get that 1150 break with the momentum push. So that's why we are getting rejected. That candle's opening up right at the body top of this candle. So that's going to be interesting. Push back over 11. I think we're going to see that break. We drop below 11 here. We're going to come back down. Actually, there's a trend line you can draw on this chart on the 15-minute. So, yeah, it could come all the way back down to $10 on the trend line. Which that's where I'd kind of be looking for an entry if I was trading this back down here around 10 for a back test that's in and possible bounce. But looking very nice. MRN, let's see, what's the NQ doing? NQ back over 13,000. Let's see. Yeah, small cut. Another cut triggered at 1145. You're holding for the 100-day. I don't know where the 100-day is. I'm assuming it must be around that $11.50, $12 area. But yeah, we're definitely in the overbought area. I mean, INDO out the gate this morning just went straight up. So, it looks like, oh, now that candle's looking pretty good here. If that can keep pushing green. I was kind of expecting it to have a pullback, but we may still have buying momentum here. This thing may not be ready to quiet down yet. And it's fighting. It's fighting. A lot of indecision right here. Stocks mix as Indio or whatever. Stocks ain't that mixed. They're pretty green. I mean, there's a few red stocks, but not as many as normal. Not like we've been seeing. So if the NQ, so the thing is though, if the NQ starts bouncing, it keeps bouncing like this off of 13,000, well, that's also where that trend line is. So if we do get this bounce, we could see some bullish movement throughout the day on a lot of different stocks. Okay, MRN starting to build a little uptrend. It's more or less a consolidation indecision candle here. Oops. Or not candle, but pattern here on the 15-minute. I'm going to go ahead and just remove that, because if it cracks this, it's more than likely going to go ahead and dump back down. That's our little pattern there. Yep. Okay, so INDO is coming back down. It did have a little push up, but starting to come back down. That's what I was, well, buyers are trying to hold up that 11 area. I don't know if they're going to be able to right now. Also still hanging around there. ENSV. Same thing with that wedge pattern that we kind of got on. What is that? What does that play? Not ape. MRIN. That's what it is. Mara. This so wow, we've got oil and cryptos ripping at the same time. Now that's a little different. I don't think I've seen oils and cryptos rip together. What do I think about fuel cell? What is the ticker symbol? I know I have an idea. I think I know what you're talking about, but I need the ticker symbol. My brain can only handle so many different ticker symbols, and since I trade, across the crypto markets and everything, it's hard to keep up with 3-letter words or 3-letter acronyms for thousands and thousands of different companies and cryptos and assets and funds and all that stuff. If you don't mind, FCell, that's what it is. See, I thought I remembered it. Yeah, FCell should run if it's, yeah, see, oil's going up, so FCell's had a nice little pop from 4 to 4.15. I mean, FCell is not one of our favorites on our watch list for oil plays, just because, one, it's really high float, I'm pretty sure, and 2, right now we're seeing oil rip, and it's only went from 4 to 4.15, right? So like Hussa has already went from 425 to 550. It's a way bigger rip. So that's really why FCell is not on my watch list. Let me see what the shares are real quick. I'm pretty sure it's about 300 million in float. I think I spelled it wrong. I think I put 2 E's or something in there. Let's see, where you at, FCell? Now, it could be a slow mover. Yeah, so 270, is that 79? Oh, that's Frieza. Take that off. That looks like crap. That MMDO, that mushroom stock. Although I think this is one to keep on watch. Beautiful double bottom U shape. But I'll take it off for now. APDN we can take off for now. BRSH. I'll take that one off for now. Don't know what CDAC is. That's probably one from last week or the week before. Where did you go? Even BTCS is up. Where you at, FCell? So I can see. FCell. Wait, what? 3 million. Oh, that's the volume. I was going to say 386 million shares. That's how many shares. I was going to say, I know this is higher float than 3 million. Yeah, I knew it was a couple hundred million in shares. So, I mean, that's why you're getting a smaller rip on this versus these other oil plays like INDO is only 19 million shares. Hussa is only 9 million shares. ENSV is only 3 million shares. ENSV looking like it might try to pop here off of this $2 area again. So, I trade low float stocks when I'm trading stocks just because of that. I'm not looking to swing and wait, 5 days for some large share company, 300, 400 million shares or 1 billion shares outstanding. I'm not trying to wait on them. When I day trade the stock market, I'm in here trying to get these quick rips like on INDO where it ripped from $2, $2.75 within a span of 30 minutes, right? That's a lot better to me than holding a play for 5 days and trying to get that same $2.50 over a 5-day period. Because what that involves is velocity of money. So one of the first things to think about, I'm going to go in this lesson really quick because I do not have a lot more time today. We'll give the stream probably about 25 minutes here left. But what was I talking about? Dog's got to go out at the worst time. Oh, the velocity of money. So time is your most valuable asset. Time is your most valuable money. Why? Because you can't get it back. It's gone. Time is a limited supply in the most highest demand. Why? Everybody wants to live. Nobody wants to die. So the demand for living is high, while the supply of people wanting to die is very, very low. So it's not just something that you can look at on stocks. It's everything. Supply and demand is everything, right? And because time is such a valuable asset, the most valuable asset, like a stock, you get an INDO, you take a loss or whatever, you make some profits. You can get back in it later, trade it again, trade it multiple times a day. You can't go back and get you can't go back in time and get your time back. That's why it's your most valuable asset. You have a time limit on this planet to do what you're going to do, and any time you waste is money that's wasted, right? So that's why I don't like the long-term hold. That's why I hate the idea of a 401k or Roth IRA or these 30-year positions where people are hoping over 30 years that this company is still alive or something like that. Like that. I ain't got 30 years to wait. I'm already in my early 30s. I've got pretty high doubts I'm gonna make it to 60. So I got about half my life left. So 30 years, I ain't got time to wait on that. I'm in a hurry now. I got money to make now. And like I said, my time is the most valuable asset, not any stocks or bonds or anything like that, or gold or cryptos. What I make for my time is the most important thing. And that's why I'm always pushing for multiple revenue streams, not just being a day trader. Don't just be, that's the thing. Like, I've not been on the channel in a week here because of the whole crypto project that we got started, the Framework Fortune Community DLA DAO project, right? That's going to be another passive income for myself and everybody else who's a member of the DLA DAO. I have a lot of crypto positions that earn me constant APRs, constant revenue. I don't need to stay in the stock market if the stock market's looking crazy. Now, today's a hot day. It'd have been nice to have some money in here to be able to trade, but like I said, I've not been trading stocks lately because I've been making more money in cryptos. So those passive revenues, the more staking positions I have, and you can do this with dividend stocks as well in the stock market. I just prefer cryptos because in the stock market, if you don't trust the government right now, if you don't trust the SEC, if you don't trust the IRS, well, I can tell you right now that Thinkorswim will hand over your stuff a lot quicker than the crypto places will. I mean, like we saw already, Voyager and Coinbase, a few other crypto centralized exchanges. Well, not Coinbase. Coinbase has actually been fine, but some of those getting hit. But yeah, day trading is great. It's a great way, or even swing trading, it's a great way to make money if you know what you're doing and can be consistent. But that should not be your only focus as an entrepreneur. You should also be looking at other revenue outlets. So the goal is to make money every second of the day. If time is your most valuable asset, then you should be getting paid every single second of the day. And the more ways that you can get yourself paid every second of the day, the faster that is going to grow, and you'll be able to compound it back if you reinvest all that you're earning every single day back into the position. After a year, then you're going to have probably a nice passive revenue that's coming in. Maybe it's only $50 a week, but that's $50 that you made while you were sleeping and everything else. That was money that you made by the second. So I love day trading. I love the stock market, but as I've been saying, I'm super bear on the market. I think we have a lot longer to fall on the NQ and everything. And until that happens, I'm not going to get into this market. I'm going to stay in the markets where I am making money at consistently. But I will come back. I will be back in the stock market. As soon as we get down to the levels on the NQ that I'm looking for, which is about 5,000, which I know sounds crazy, but I'm looking for the NQ to come back down to 5,000. If you joined me before, you know, or if you've been following me for a while, you know why I'm aiming at 5,000. You know the multiple. I mean, I don't know how many analyses I did at this point, but you guys following me, you guys know what's up. Some of you don't believe me, but that's okay. People did not believe in Houdini either. And Houdini did some things. I was trying to come up with a good metaphor there, but didn't work. Houdini's all I could think of. It's early. Right now is usually when I start to stream because I hate this first hour of the market. Even when I do come back full-fledged trading in the stock market, you will not see me take these trades. Like even on the INDO, even though I called this out right at the beginning, and technically, and really actually, Rudy had messaged me before the stream and said INDO was looking hot again. So really, he called it out, but I just called it out on the stream here for that pop. But yeah, in my normal live stream, I would not be even streaming till just now. I would just now be seeing this, looking for a pullback, MRIN, looking for the pullback. See, all of these at this moment would be really sketchy to me if I was streaming at my normal time because they're all kind of losing the momentum they had. The first hour is the money hour, in your opinion? It can be, but you have so much chaos. I mean, here's the thing. You've got so many trading groups, retail trading groups out there, like Ross Cameron, who's got a ton of people in his chat. He trades the first 30 minutes of the market. Sean Deckmar and his huge group of people trade the first 30 minutes of the market. I mean, that's the place where most traders trade at because they think it's the money hour. There's a lot of volume, and there is plays where you can get those nice runs like we just saw on INDO today. But that doesn't necessarily mean that that's going to happen every single time on the open. I mean, there's been plenty of times where we've seen a market opens and everything just drop and go red. So, I don't like it. Let me put it this way. This is a nasty little double top on Coinbase. Let's check on. Okay, so nice. So INDO trying to hold that trend line. Now, see, this is where I might be. If I had just started streaming and I was looking at INDO, this might be where I possibly would take an entry. Although there's about 15 more minutes on this candle. But you've got the trend line right there. So you get in 1046. Stop loss maybe 10.26, 20 cent stop loss. And if you could even go a little tighter if you really wanted to. Well, at this point now it's up to 10.45. No, 10.26 that'd still be 26. Actually you could put your stop loss right under 10.20. Yeah, right under 10.27 at 126, right below the body of this candle. Because that also would be about where the crack area would be. But that's, this is the type of trading I like. I like this first hour to be over with and it not be chaos. Because Tommy Lee Jones from Men in Black, the first Men in Black movie, on Dogs Barking, said this, and it has stuck with me ever since. And I can't remember the exact words of it because Men in Black's an old movie, but it's always stuck with me. And when I was a kid, I watched that movie a lot anyway. It's the scene where he first recruits Will Smith. They're sitting out in front of the diner on the bench, and I think that's the scene. And Will Smith asks him something. First, he slaps him and says, "Don't talk about my wife like that." And Tommy Lee Jones slaps him back and says, "I'll do whatever I want to your wife because I'm Tommy Lee Jones." No. Anyway, That didn't happen in the movie. If you haven't seen Men in Black, that would be that was in Men in Black 4.5, the 4.5 version where Johnny Knoxville actually. Oh yeah, I was about to make a joke about Johnny Knoxville being in Men in Black, and then I just remembered he was in Men in Black. I think he was in 3. All right. Anyway, let me get to what he said. I'm getting way off base here. This is too stupid and too funny. But what he said was, people. Will Smith has said something like, "Aren't people smart? Can't they handle learning about aliens and all this?" And Tommy Lee Jones says, "No, are you crazy? People are smart, or people are stupid, crazy, unpredictable, blah, 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 and you know it. Individuals are smart, but groups of people, no." So that saying from Men in Black, number 1, from Tommy Lee Jones, is what I use for not trading the first 30 minutes of market, right? Because people in big groups, and it doesn't matter, I'm not just talking about like the Ross Cameron chat or Sean Deckmar chat or anything like that. I'm talking about everybody in that first 30 minutes. People in big groups are dumb. So in that 30-minute span, all you have is people running around with their heads cut off, jumping in place, trying to scalp them and push them up. Now, if you're a smart trader, you can take advantage of that, but I don't like to deal with it. It's a headache. I would rather wait and, see, like I was just talking about our INDO. If I would have took this trade and got in there at 10.30, 10.26, even 10.46, I'd already be up 20 cents on this play. And this was nice and easy. I didn't have to, I would have missed this whole big rip the time I normally stream. But if I was coming in now and I took that entry I was just calling out earlier, like I said, I'd already be up 20 cents. It's nice and easy. 20 cents just right there. Could have got. No problem. Nice little come downs. Volume slowed down some. We're not as chaotic. We had candles on every single thing we were looking at that were on the 15-minute that were moving like this. That's a lot of volume, but that is a lot of indecision, and that goes to people in mass are pretty stupid. And I think that's pretty verifiable, provable too. ENSV is really riding out this triangle. MRN cracked its triangle, so it's done. But ENSV, this other oil play, really riding this wedge. Looking like it might want to get going, or it may want to give up. Where's oil at? Oil's at 93.50. If this is a true oil stock, though, we shouldn't see it give up. I don't know if this is a true Inservco. I don't know. It's 21, 10K filing. Oh, they got bad news back in April. Let me go see. So they're gonna. Wow, they're just now filing their first quarter financial statements. They just now filed them for first quarter. We're almost in third quarter. They're falling behind. Yeah, I don't know about that. It could break this wedge, but right now this is just so much indecision, and it's not my favorite oil play. Like FCell is not my favorite either. See, again, look, FCell's cracked, so that's why I don't like it. I'm actually, we'll leave ENSV on here a little bit longer because it could pop, but I just don't know. It's hard to say at the moment. So they're still getting rejected. What's the NQ doing? Oh, NQ's starting to give it up a little bit. We had that nice push. Let's pull up the daily chart on the NQ. Boy, it's going to be sketchy today. So we got the buying pressure off of the trend line, but we still have selling pressure pushing us down. We cannot get it like... Oh, boy. And there's no reason. There's really no reason for the market to rebound. The Feds are still selling all their assets. They're still dumping. However, most other countries, central banks right now, are already reversing course and lowering interest rates back down. So we're just now about to get into September, and I've been saying for the last 6 months, maybe not 6 months, at least the last 3 or 4 months, that the October is when we are going to see a lot of stuff transpire here at the end of Q3. And that's when I'm thinking we see the NASDAQ really start to take a dump. And that is, well, actually, we already kind of seen it. We already seen it take a dump. I got confused a little bit there. I know what I'm talking about now. I had a Joe Biden moment. You'll have to forgive me. I'm getting old. That probably didn't make any sense, that last statement. Here's what I was trying to say in the words that make sense. The Feds are probably going to, my prediction was the Feds were going to reverse course in October. If all the rest of the central banks around the world have already started doing that, then that's more than likely going to happen. If the U.S. central bank decides to go totally opposite of the rest of the world and keeps raising interest rates, it's not going to be a good thing. But like I said, I don't think they can. I think if they could have raised interest rates any higher, this last one that was supposed to be a whole point raise, they did not. They went 0.75. So I think we're going to see it. Like, the more we're getting closer to October, the more confident I am in that prediction that we're going to see them lower back interest rates. Now, if they lower back interest rates, start turning the money printer on full blast in October, we could see another bull run out of the NQ, the same way we saw the bull run out of 2020's dip when they started doing QE again, right? If the Feds come out and announce that they're no longer offloading their balance sheet, they're lowering interest rates again, and they're going to be printing money, then yeah. And I would expect here, I don't see any reason why things are going to get better economically. Here, I mean, there's nothing, I mean, I don't know what any government policy that they could come up with or anything like that they could do to possibly change the outcome of how far down and how far deep we are into it now. Well, actually, the Inflation Reduction Act just passed, which does not reduce inflation. It's all spending. 15% corporate minimum tax, which is going to send every single corporation and manufacturer that we have left, which we don't have many left because China's got most of them. They're already got Brazil and Argentina on their Google Maps right now. As soon as Biden signed that bill, the CEOs of the manufacturers we got left, they were on their phones like, what's the weather in Brazil look like? Yeah, I think we can move our factory down there. Brazil's incentivizing factories instead of taxing us 15% on top of the already 7% employee tax for every single employee that you have, on top of all of the other taxes that corporations pay. There's a lot of misinformation out there about taxes, but the truth is the top 10% pay the majority of the taxes in America. And with that corporate tax, the top 10% is probably going to disappear, and it's just going to be us left here in America to pick up that bill like normal. So that being passed and all that was just, oh, we got some bond news. Okay, what about the mass layoffs is a problem, definitely. Well, actually, even before the mass layoffs, people didn't want to work. After the lockdowns, people didn't want to work. Like, I was a restaurant GM for years, and I talked to people in the restaurant industry. I've talked to other managers I know in other industries. I've talked to CEOs of companies in other industries. People did not want to work. You know, they could not keep staffed. I mean, I just said this last week on this stream. I went to Walgreens a couple of weeks ago on a Saturday at 4 p.m. and they were closed because they were short-staffed. So the massive layoffs, I mean, the only reason why they're having to lay off is because of inflation being so high and those corporate minimum taxes now, right? See, that's the thing. When the government comes in and tells a business what to do with their money, when that government has no idea what their balance sheet looks like, no idea what their products are, their product costs, their good costs. They don't have any of that. Biden and anybody else in Congress is not sitting down looking at every single corporation and going, oh, this corporation actually can't afford a 15% minimum corporate tax because they are already in a bunch of debt because they just started out or whatever, and maybe they invested a whole bunch into the company. That happens quite a bit. So that's a problem. It's a real big problem that is going to cause more issues. And then, like you're saying, with the it does look like INDL is coming back up to 1080. But yeah, see, that's what I was saying. That entry right there would have been beautiful. I would have just started streaming. I would have saw this and been like, yeah, buddy. And it already pushed up to 1086. So it's from about 1025, 1030 up to 1086, about a 50-something cent move. Could have got off the bounce of this trend line so far. Very nice. We'll keep an eye on it a little bit longer. Like I said, I got to get going here soon. Hustlers broke that downtrend, so it looks pretty much like INDO has got all the attention today. Because we're not in a hot market, right? Like, there is stocks that do run against the NASDAQ almost every day, but it's a very small amount of stocks, right? Like, last week we saw one or two stocks every day that would go up, but the whole rest of the stock market was going down. And that is going to affect the penny stocks, whether people believe it or not. Because when people see the market crashing, they're going to start freaking out. They're going to pull their money out. Day traders too. They're going to like, whoa, stop crashing. Hold on. If the day traders don't pull their money out, then that means they're just going to switch from long to short, which is going to add more selling pressure to the market, right? So there's just not any reasons at all for the NASDAQ to come up other than simply at this moment we possibly could get a technical analysis bounce, because we already have some confirmation of that from this trend line in the 50-day. But technical analysis is not the whole story of the game. Doing technical analysis, looking at charts on a penny stock, you can do very simple analysis and get those rips. But when we're talking about whole entire markets like the NASDAQ, technical analysis is not going to be the only thing that works. There are so many bear traps and bull traps. Your technical analysis will get you bent over and a barrel and buttered up, and yeah. Like, I'm a big proponent of technical analysis, but when it comes to whole entire markets, it's more than that. This is a whole lot of money in the NASDAQ versus, say like INDO right at the moment. Way more money overall in the NASDAQ. This still pushing, still just sliding right up that trend line. Don't want to see that trend line break. Let's see. Yeah, Rudy's been swinging INDO since a month ago, and then he kept slowly building his position. Nice. All right, guys, I'm going to take a quick little break before we get the stream done here. We got about 15-20 minutes we'll run, and then I got to get to work on everything else and working out the schedule between this channel, the crypto channel, and the DLA DAO streaming and all that stuff. Looks like you might get another break of 11 here. It's definitely testing. But again, I could have if I wanted to be gung ho and come in this morning and trade that first thing, I could have, but usually I sleep in another hour. I could have got me 30 more minutes of sleep ignoring all this, and then come in and saw all this, got this entry here. Now, I'd be up 70 cents, right? So that's why I don't like the first 30 minutes. This is a nice, easy slide up of this trend line. Now look at this. Now that it's like, this is nice. We'd have been hanging out in here, just chilling, sliding up the trend line. We're just taking our time, pushing up over at 11 now. had already been about a 70-cent win, 75-cent win if I wanted to take it just off of the top of these two tops of these candles from the bounce off of the trend line. That's good. That's a good little win right there. I'll take 80 cents, for 25, 30 minutes of work and not have to deal with all the chaos in the first 30 minutes. I don't want to be sitting here like a meth addict in the first 30 minutes like, oh God, it's going to go down. Oh no, what am I, oh no, oh my God, it's ripping over there. What am I going to do? Oh, it's ripping over there. What's that? No, I want to just be chilling. I want to be relaxing. I don't like stress. I like stress-free trading. All right, let me take that break real quick. I'll be right back. We'll check into and see if anything else is moving, or if we have any other potential movers that might be starting to sneak up for the day because it is so early. There is very good possibility that something else could sneak out and be a runner. Who knows? And then we'll also go over some of the NASDAQ news and then call it a day. But give me just a couple of minutes. I'll be right back. Looks like this is probably going to try to get over 11 again here.
Oh, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that nice pop. Like I said, nice, easy, climbing up the trend line. We're not buying downtrending stocks. We're not looking for ones for super dip buys that are super low because they might not come back up if they crash that low on the day. We want the ones that are going up, especially against the NASDAQ, which is going down, you know. Excuse me there. Real quick though, before we get into the news and looking at the scanners for anything else that's a possible play, this next statement. This is for all the naysayers for the last 3 years of my analysis and me calling the stock market crash, who said I was crazy and everything. This is the nail in the coffin for you right here, okay? I know for a fact that everything I've said, besides all the evidence now that's come that the market's already went down 50% on the year, 30%, whatever it's at. The other day I went to the store, and this is how you know when the economy is real bad, no matter what the media is saying. Eggs were $5 a carton, and every single carton had a cracked egg in it. Now, that not only is that obviously something wrong with the economy because eggs are $5 a carton, but they're just fucking with us now. Every single carton of eggs, one cracked egg in it, just one. Yeah, something ain't right. So for those naysayers, argue with me about the eggs. Tell me why the eggs are all $5 a carton at least and have one cracked egg in every single one. Tell me that. That's the final nail in the coffin. Where's Daniel B and One Life at today? They ain't in here. They must be over there at Trading Monkey. That old weak-kneed whore. Called me out and then didn't have the balls to even have me on after he called me out on his live stream. Anyway, I got bigger fish to fry than Trading Monkeys. Maybe we'll make, you know what? I feel bad for Trading Monkey. Let's make him an NFT in the DLA DAO and send it to him. Let's make him a picture of himself, sort of like the NFT monkey smoking a cigar. And let's just put a cigar in his mouth and maybe a little bandana on his little fat little turtle head and make him that NFT. You know, that'd be pretty cool. We should do that. Somebody in the Framework Virtue community should do that and help out Trading Monkey. Anyway. All right. So let's go ahead and check these scanners again. So we got some metal stocks popping up. First Majestic, nice little bounce. Of course, a higher float, but 50-cent move on First Majestic is pretty good. Still paying out those consistent dividends. Silver stock. AA, I believe, is aluminum. Alcoa, yeah, it's like still aluminum. Nice bounce up today from 50 to 52. Paying out their dividends still. Looks like a lot of these metal stocks had a nice rebound today, but I mean we're seeing some rebounds because of the NQ trying to hold up, right? Well, it was trying to hold up. We've lost that 1300 area. That 1300 area is now acting as resistance because we just got rejected off of there. Got an indecision candle followed by another bearish candle down on this 15-minute. We are very, very close to possibly cracking this trend line today. If the NASDAQ doesn't hold up, we might see some blood in the market today. There's a lot of support here, but the fact it's already cracked through this first line and we're only $70 away from the trend line, that is and we fell back into that channel too. We'll see if it can rebound, but that's getting real sketchy. It's only 10 o'clock Central. We still got like 4 hours in the market left. INDO throwing wicks up there, but like I said, if you were just looking for that quick, easy trade, you could have already got it. I would already probably been out of it. Well, maybe. I don't know what I would have done after it ran up to 11:45. I might have held it for the 11:50 break. Who knows? But the point is, you could try to go for this big crazy rip when all the meth heads are lurking in the first 30 minutes, or you can wait for the meth heads to settle down, and you can have you some nice relaxing trades after that first hour in the market. But that's just me. Everybody's different. However you trade is how you trade. That's just what I like to do. Okay, let's get back to these other. Okay, we went through the metals, the high floats. Got SWN. That had a decent little run. Nothing. High floats just barely up. And now that the NASDAQ is coming down, you can see all of them starting to come down. Top 10% gainer. What is this? STB. Wow. What is this? Just IPO, it looks like. Right. This had the IPO in the last 10 minutes or so. But it looks like IPO went straight up. What's the float? It doesn't say the float. Only 246 million in volume. So off of 246 million in volume, this thing's ran $3.60. That's scary. We don't like that normally. But if volume is just now starting to come into this play because it did just IPO, I forgot I don't have a 5 minute. I keep saying it. That maybe I should have a 5 minute just so I can see when these halts are. That doesn't matter either way. But yeah, I mean this just IPO'd, and as soon as it IPO'd, it went straight up and halted. So that low volume is kind of irrelevant because it's only been a stock for a total of 10 minutes or 15 minutes. So that's why I keep saying, like, when me and H disagree on this volume competition thing, because that's my point right here. Whatever the popular stock, INDO has been the runner all morning, but all of a sudden we have an IPO that just comes out and just rips $3 right out the gate and gets halted. Whatever the stocks that are hot in the morning doesn't necessarily mean they're going to be the stocks that are hot the rest of the day. Sometimes that happens, sometimes it doesn't. But the idea that no other stock, like a stock with low volume, all of a sudden can't get volume is just I don't understand it. I mean, MARPS is the perfect example. MARPS, when I first traded MARPS, had no volume. And, everybody else was on INDO and HUSA. Some of you are in here, you remember this. The whole chat, we were all watching oil stocks and everything like that. But I traded MARPS. And you can see it doesn't get much volume. I didn't need much volume on this thing. It never got on these rips where I traded, especially on the first rip. That's where I made the most at. I mean, look at this. I saw it make this nice U-shape rip. Then that second day, I started getting in on this candle, and you can see where I sold at the top there. I got in on this candle, actually swung it a little bit. Oh no, I did sell some at the top there. Oh, I sold all. Oh wow, yeah. I thought I made pretty good on this trade. It's been a while. I mean, that was back in March. But you can see where I got in on the bottoms and sold at the tops on MARPS with only, 40 million volume on that whole entire week. And that rip was, my initial entry was 950, and my top selling point was, looks like 1353. So that's why I don't get the volume argument. There's going to be stocks in the first 30 minutes or first hour that gets a ton of volume like INDO that definitely can keep running, but now INDO is starting to kind of crack our trend line here. But that does not mean that some other new stock can't pop up out of nowhere. It happens all the time. But that's the good thing about the Framework Fortune community and all the content creators and traders. We don't have to disagree on, or we don't have to agree on things, right? Me and HH can debate this till we die. We're still going to be friends. We're still going to be cool. It's not a big deal. INDO starting to hold up on this trend line again on this third candle here. This would be this is possible
possible bounce coming off of this, like maybe another push up, another leg up here, if this can hold. We might see a test of 1154. Actually, I think we may get that test of 1154 the way we're looking right now. Yeah, here it comes. 1145. Bam, right there, new high, 1173. Guys, easy money. Easy money. You can run around bumping your head in the chaos in the morning, or you can sleep in a little bit. Like I wouldn't even needed to see pre-market to take this trade. You guys have seen me trade plenty of times at this time of day and find these easy trades right up the trend line, nice and smooth, no chaos, no panicking. Sit back, relax. Maybe play, play to earn game. You get, with this type of play where you got some relaxation now, you could be earning some other money too at the same time. Maybe turn on your PKT miner. But, that's the thing. I don't like stressful trades. I don't like to be in the war, right? I've been trading for 8 years, and I started that same way, trading in that first 30 minutes of the market. And now I have PTSD, right? I many times that I step on landmines and get body parts blown off, right? Like, that's one of the reasons why I'm so against that first hour of the market. Because I have personally took the war to the first hour of the market for years in my past, and consistency wise, it never worked out very well. Like, it might work. You might get some scalps, you might get some good rips, you might even be consistent at it. But all it takes is one time of the crowd going crazy opposite against you and crashing that stock and maybe even halting down. I mean, there was 2 weeks ago we saw a stock that got halted on the way up, and then when it unhalted so low. Everybody who was in that up at that price, I guarantee, got destroyed, because you never know for sure where a stock is going to come out of a halt at. Normally, they usually come out right at the same price or a little bit above if it's a halt to the upside, but not always. And that's why I constantly say nothing is 100% in anything, right? Not the stock market, not cryptos. Nothing is 100%. Other than, well, I was gonna make some more joke comments, but I'm gonna hold off on those. But anyway, let's keep going through these here real quick, because I am getting a little bit over time here. The STBX still halted, so that may be scary that it's halted this long, but still it's one to keep on watch if it has some type of pullback. YTEN, that had a little bounce today, but curling over, looking like a bent fishing rod. We don't like that. When it looks like you have a largemouth bass on the end of your line here, well, if this is a very small fishing rod, that line and that fishing rod's probably going to crack, and that bass is going to take off with your fishing rod. Basically, the shorters are going to take off with your money. The shorters are the bass. Normally I call them piranhas, but if with this pattern specifically, and this is not an official pattern or anything, the fishing rod pattern is something I made up, just because that's what it looks like to me. And more often than not, this pattern right here, when we have the big run up and then we have the fishing rod bending over, that's when those piranhas get on, or the bass or the sharks or whatever you want to call it. Those shorters get on the line and they take off running. This is like a cane pole. This is like the $5 kitty fishing reel you get, fishing rod you get at Walmart, right? So you get a 100-pound shark or something on here. That little rod's going to break. It's going to snap right in half. Okay, so I don't like that at all. FXLV does have a little bit of an uptrend, possibly. 96 million shares. I don't like that. ENSV did pop that triangle. So ENSV popping that triangle, that could be one to watch. Continue to watch. It is now making this uptrend. You want to see it get over the bodies of these two candles, but this is another one of the oil plays, and it is trying to push up over those bodies at this moment. I took ANSVL off. ILAG, that had a big sell-off, but nice bounce so far. And actually possible U-shape. I mean, if ILAG can come back up and break over 350, which it's real close to doing, that might could start running. Only 18 million shares, 12 million in volume. That's another possible play at some point today. Huss is still looking good. So I was saying Hussa and INDO, if oil's running, they're going to run. Huss is still running in that downtrend, but very, very close for another test of 550 to break that downtrend. This is beautiful, actually, on Hussa. I mean, you got the uptrend. You also have this nice little curl, this little U shape. We've been riding right up that uptrend, just like INDO. Easy money. Could have got this at $5, rolled it up to about, $5.30, $5.40. Get a little 30-40 cent rip right there. Nice, easy money on that trend line instead of playing all the craziness back here. Okay. INDO is about to. INDO is going. INDO breaking at 1150 now. I just lost the whole entire chart. Where did it go? Damn it. Go back to INDO. There we go. Beautiful. Nice pop up to 1180. Rudy is going to be buying bottles of Hennessy for everybody today after this giant, massive swing trade, day trade win that he's gotten on INDO. Congratulations to him, and congratulations to anybody else who got this play today. I mean, this is, like I said, this is easy money. Still running all the way up to 1189. Oh, I'm sorry, not 1189, 1180. It said the high was 1180, but I felt like I was looking at 1189. But 1150 starts to hold as support, which looks like it's trying to. Then it should try to test 12. There it comes back up to 1165. 1190 is your last moving average. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 12, if it breaks 12, it could really start going. Let's see, what is NEP real quick? Ooh, NEP looks pretty good too. 7 million shares. Don't know why this is going up. It is below the 200, but you do have quite a ways of room to the 200. Nice uptrend on it. Play the uptrend as long as the uptrend holds. Same thing with everything else. This is, if it starts sliding up this trend line, possible entry there. So that's on the top 10. NASDAQ gainer over here. I don't think we have anything else. I am seeing MRIN, even though it cracked, is actually starting to come back up as well. We got a double bottom off of $2 on this 15-minute. So one bottom, two bottom, starting to test that top. If it breaks out here, that could be a play. So all the ones that are on our watch list basically are the ones that are moving, besides ILAG, which I just added. And then let's see ear. Don't like ear. This is what I was talking about in the other play. Like right here was the bent fishing rod, and then it just, them sharks took off with it. So don't like anything I'm seeing there. Ape we've got on there. What is this? PANW. It's a $560 stock. I do not care about that. We do have Rig, which is a shipper, up a little bit. Nothing really there. The mid floats, not a lot going on there either. I mean, it has a decent run on Oxy, but $70-something stock. What is TEL? This is 568 million shares in TEL, and it doesn't move very often. So, all right. So I think that is pretty much it. I mean, it's pretty much the same stocks. Ape still a possibility if it rebounds and can get back above that support line. That was previous resistance. That's still halted. INDO still trying to figure it out here. Still testing that 1150 support. So another back test after that leg up to 1180. Need to see a hold 1150 now. Let's check oil. Oh, oil's over 94, so at the moment, oil is testing the 200-day moving average on the daily chart off of this double bottom. If we break, basically, if we break 95 on oil, you better get off the stream right now and go fill your car up with gas. Just saying. Just saying. Let's see, NEP. Oh, nice. Yeah, NEP's still holding up, so that may be a play. Holding that trend line. NSV, I just don't like all these wicks. All this selling pressure. You know, even on this one where it had the nice little bounce off the trend line, still flat topping right across there. So it's got to break up over that and stop these wicks. It needs to start holding. It needs to break 210 and start holding 210 as support. We need a candle to open up and hold like right here on this next candle. Well, actually, it opened up right beside it. So let's see if this candle can at least push that line I just drew, that 210. It may have to come back down and back test that trend line though, and then that could get sketchy. NEP, very nice. This candle just opened up. What I was talking about on the other play, this is what I wanted to see. But this one's starting to go a little red too. How's the NQ doing? Are we dying more there? No, NQ's still trying to hold up that last little bit of support. Oh, Veru's on a decent little uptrend. This is one that's been on my watch list forever since it started popping, you know, a couple months ago. But, yeah, since April. Broke up out of this big triangle on the daily chart and had that big shoot up. And right now, see, this is why it's still on my watch list. We've come down from the initial big run, but we're starting to backtest this previous resistance, and so far we're not even, you know, touching it. We're holding up pretty good, so that's why I'm looking to continue to see on Veru, is if it can hold above this line and then start to curl up. But it's not a play today. INDL is about to pop 12 right now, right up to 12, over 1190. Let's see if it can get this move. Easy money on this play. Oh, let's see here. SB said you got meeting time. Yeah, I'll probably be done by the time you get done with that meeting. But yeah, have a great day, my friend. So while here comes the 12. There's a test of 12 right there while I was looking at the chat. Probably going to get this break. This thing is so bullish right now. I mean, we're still right off of the trend line, so it could make another leg up real easily before pulling back to the trend line. If it breaks 12 here, keeps this upward momentum. Back testing 1190 a little bit there. Just see, nope, 1190 unable to hold. We do have buyers coming in at 1185. Wow. Buyers just here we go, right through 12, right through it. Here we go. Boom. Boom. Go. Make Rudy that money. And anybody else who got this play. See, this is why we don't need that first 30 minutes. We don't need it. We don't need that first hour. There's always money to make later in the day in the stock market after the first hour. Nice, easy money. Why put your dick in the meat grinder when you can go have a pina colada on the beach? So shout out to Rudy, man. Killing this play. Absolutely beautiful. Did anybody else get any of this in the chat today? So now, of course, after that push off the trend line, it's going to back test 12. Going to have to hold 12 as new support, and then if that new support at 12 holds, we can see it push right back up to 1250 for a test of 1250. And let's see if it's going to hold. Yep, starting to hold. Ask got up to 1227. Bids moving up to 1220. There we go. And let's see. Little selling at 1230. That's about to slice right through. It's about to hit 1250 here in the next 5 minutes. Maybe. It looked like it was about to go right there, but then another rejection. I mean, the thing is, this thing's already ran $4 on the day, so it could easily slow down at any point, right? Oh, nope. Another push back up at 1250. It's trying. I mean, we don't know where the top of this is going to be at. So, this could be the top at this point, being up $4. I mean, it's up we're only up 60% on the day. Still, though, we don't know where the top could be at. If we do start pushing over 1250, around that 100% on the day area is where I would really, really be concerned about shorters starting to come in at. I mean, shorters, yeah, oil's still pushing over 94. Donnell, you're long MRIN 210. Let's see where you're looking right now. So you just got in looking for this bounce off the double bottom. You do have a downtrend that needs to break as well off of these wicks. But yeah, I mean, that's the thing. The display is moving sideways. So, if you're in at 210, I'm guessing your stop loss is probably right under 2. You're probably risking 10 cents on display, I'm guessing. I don't know for sure, but it's not a bad entry. I mean, I personally don't like the gap up there, but it's holding that support. And like I said, it did make that double bottom. And it could come down again. If it back tests again, you definitely want to see that $2 hold, and then we'd have a triple bottom, and I would say that would be, holy hell, look at this. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? This is my point about the volume shit right here. Right here. This thing had 200 million in volume, or 2,000, what was it, 20,000, 200,000 in volume. This thing just ripped from 26 up out of that halt to $41. Let's see, what is that? A $15 rip and halted again. So, I don't know. I have to be convinced. I'm not convinced. It's only got 675,000 volume on it right now. Again, this stock has only been on the stock market for 20 minutes. Well, actually a little bit longer than that, 30 minutes. So, of course, it's going to have low volume. But this float is so low, any buying pressure is just making this thing skyrocket. This thing was not in the first 30 minutes to the first hour of the market, right? This thing just started popping up. What a run, though. Good Lord. That is a beautiful, beautiful, nasty, nasty run. Woo, it's a hot day today in the market. INDO right over at 1250 again. Let's see, got close to it. Looks like it may try to push again, but STBX now, at this point on STBX, it's crazy. It's already ripped $15. So if you wasn't in back down here, and there wasn't really anything you could do because it unhalted and it opened up at 37 out of that halt. So it gapped up $10 out of the halt and then dropped to 33. So unless you had got in right around the time it IPO'd before it halted, now you're playing with fire because this thing's up, $15 a share. Now, could it continue to rip? I mean, it's possible. The fact it's already ran $15, and that's off of, the thing is, too, it's a halt fest right now. So you're going to be sitting in this halts kind of, feeling kind of weird. So big rip, but not something I don't want to touch any at the moment. Need to see something happen other than it going straight up and ripping $10 at a time. INDO still holding, looking pretty nice. We got 7 minutes on this hour, or this 15-minute candle here. Let me actually go into hour chart on this one. Oh yeah, look at that beautifulness on the hour chart, just going straight up. So much buying momentum. Oil's still hanging over 94. Let's see how's MRIN doing for Donnell. That's still hanging in there. This might be a slower play, man. It's just right now INDO and now STBX. I mean, STBX just got. Okay, this is just unhalted. Let's see what this does while we're waiting on INDO. Look at the volume is moving this thing dollars. Barely any volume and it's moving dollars. Look at that spread. Good God. $5 spread. Whew, it's dangerous right now. This is a dangerous play. But of course, you know, anybody who got in at 25, they're locking out at 46. I mean, that's a $20 rip. If you aren't locking out after a $20 rip within, 30 minutes, then you're on some type of drug. See, this is the halt fest I was talking about, though. Just got halted to the downside. So that's why I was saying it's not a play to touch now. But it is an interesting one to watch and see what it does the rest of the day. Ape actually back up to 7 almost. If Ape breaks back over 7, that could come back alive. INDO starting to lose that $12 support, which it needs to regain $12 if it's going to continue to break. If not, it may just continue to slide up the trend line if oil's sliding. NPT starting to kind of crack that trend line. A little sketchy at the moment. It needs to hold up, but if this candle can hold up and the next one's green, back up towards that 285 area and it's sliding up the trend line, it'd be all right. But for now, very sketchy on NEPT. ILAG breaking that U shape right now that I was talking about a few minutes ago. Already pushed it up to 375. Oh man, beautiful. This is easy money day. For once I'm actually mad I don't have money in the stock market today. There's so much money I could have made. That's okay. Lord have mercy. What a hot market for a Tuesday and a downtrending market. It's chaos. Your stop's 205. That's a pretty nice tight stop on MRIN. I mean, it's just not getting. I mean, it's just going sideways at the moment. It's really, that double bottom was looking good, but then it did get the pop off the double bottom up to that 220, but getting rejected off the downtrend. Still one though with that news could roll the rest of the day possibly. It may just be a slow grinder. NSV, another one that's being very slow, but that trend line's looking pretty good now. Yeah, them 3 green candles in a row hold up the trend line. Hussa hit 550, triple top on these 15-minute. That's got to break 550 soon if it's going to go. Marps with his light volume still just hanging around 9. Nothing happening on it yet. INDO is starting to push back up to that 1250 area now. And yeah, I think we're about to get this 1250 break. Yeah, here it comes. Because it has a beautiful back test. So now it's going to retest 1250. And there you go. Right now. One rejection. One more push. That volume. No. Let's see. Is it going to get it or not? That was a little bit of a hard rejection. I figured that momentum coming in right there was going to slice right through it. It looked like it was going to, and then it got slowed down. If the INDO closes above 12, you'll hold it into tomorrow. I mean, it could rip. I mean, we saw it before. Like I said, it ripped the first time when oil started going up crazy, and it ripped over a whole week, all the way up to 87. Now, like I said, I don't think it'll get up to 87 again, but who knows? Because it's an oil stock. Well, that was something I was saying earlier too, like that I didn't get to finish saying that I just realized. Oh, we're coming up for another test at 1250. I probably ain't even gonna get to. I probably already forgot what it was I was gonna say because that just popped right back up again. Here you go. Here comes the rip. There it is. 1240 holding in support. It's going to rip in a second. There it is. Okay. Maybe not. It did get to pop up to 1260. Come on, hurry up. You're making my timing 30 seconds off. Don't make my timing 30 seconds off. Get on up there. Beautiful. Just beautiful. MRIN still hanging around that area. Everything just kind of still hanging around their areas because INDO is the main thing ripping. A lot of volume on INDO, a lot of eyeballs on it. Even with that crazy IPO that shot up, as long as this is maintaining volume right now, then a lot of other plays are going to be lacking the volume. This is probably going to cut right through 1275 in a second, maybe. The way it hesitated at 1250 so long, that's the thing. As we've gotten higher in the price, as this trend line has continued to push up, those resistance areas are getting stronger, right? The higher we get up, the more likely that sellers or buyers previously are going to turn into sellers and also shorters. So we're seeing it as we reach each level, it's getting a little bit harder to get through. The first couple of main levels we just went through like butter. At 1250, we still, even with that just break now, we still pulled back down again. So you can see where a lot of selling pressure is in this thing at the moment. NQ still right, just barely holding above 12.9. It looks like STBX is out of that halt. And crazy again. Trying to hold 35. God, that was a whole dollar bounce off. $2.76 bounce off of 35. Now, if this can try to shoot back up here and starts to break that 38, it could try to run again. But again, this is a very sketchy play to play. And there's the break of 38. You see it up to 39. 40 is going to be some resistance that's going to have to break if it's going to continue on. I don't know. We'll see. It did get a little quick pop, but got rejected at $39.25. Usually 50-cent spread, 60-cent spread, dollar spread. The spread is just crazy on level 2, just constantly changing. There you go, all the way up to 40. Let's see if it tests 40 and gets a break here. Gotta break 40 or it's going to come right back down. We hit 40 or real close to 40. And it's starting to give up. Yeah, this candle's starting to turn red. We cracked below that 33 area. We could drop all the way back down to 30. See, INDO having a little pullback to the trend line. So as long as this holding trend line is good. NEP that did break its trend line, so that one is done. We can take it off. ENSV still slowly climbing. ILAG still not breaking out yet, but looking close. MRIN we got right close to that stop loss down there. That thing came right above your stop loss. That tickled it. It was like still not looking bad though. I mean, it's just going sideways. Just needs to get that buying volume back in. All right, so yeah, you can see that STBX hard rejection off of 40, pulling right back down. Probably, if it doesn't hold 35, it's probably going to crack and get halted to the downside again. Still holding 35 at the moment, but all right, what's INDO is over for today? You think so, Lori? I don't know if I would say that yet. The thing is, it's still on that uptrend. Until this uptrend is cracked, it's still got upward momentum, right? So, if this uptrend cracks, then I would definitely say it probably is a good chance it's done today. But as long as it's still holding up, I mean, it could ride up this trend line. But, of course, it all depends on oil. So that's why it was getting rejected. Now that I switched back over to oil, it's pretty clear why it was struggling at that area, because oil was struggling with 94. So oil pulling back down to 93, starting to get bought back up to 93.58. And when I pull back up INDO, you can see that same red candle about the same time as oil having a little pullback. So, I mean, if oil, where'd you go, oil? If oil bounces off this pullback, pushes back above at 94 and goes up more, then INDO can continue to run. But right now, at this point, it is up a lot. So, see, yep, look at that. STBX halted to the downside. If you don't break resistance, you're coming down. Like the stock market stuff is not as difficult as a lot of people want to make it. INDO started to try to recover 12. If it can recover 12 here, the support, it'd be all right. But it is very tough to say on it. I mean, that's the thing. When a stock has ran this much, the consistency of prediction is going to go down dramatically, right? That's why we don't trade the tops of stocks. We try to get the bottoms, because we want to be with the ride. We want to be on the ride, but we don't want to jump on the ride at the top, right? If you go to the fair or Disney or something, do you enter the ride at the top? Like, if you go to get on a roller coaster, how are you going to get on the roller coaster way up here? That's not likely unless you have a parachute to jump off of one of the other rides to land on top of it. So from a common sense, logical perspective, you don't jump on the ride at the top of the ride. You got to go and get in before the ride starts. Get nice and relaxed. Now you can see the ride, like on INDO. We saw the ride was going. The Ferris wheel, the roller coaster, it started going here. It was going. We're like, oh, that looks fun. Now we wait until it slows back down and stops. And then we get on, right? You get on a roller coaster and the damn cart's going 100 miles an hour. You try to jump on that, you're probably going to get obliterated into a million pieces. So, but alrighty. I believe I am going to call it a day. I don't know if I'd say Lori called it not yet or not. This still is not over yet. This trend line has not cracked. We threw a wick down, but buying pressure is already buying it back up. So, all this has to do is reclaim 12, and it's back off to the races again on this thing. It's only 12 cents away from 12. Okay. Anyway, I got to get going. So for those of you who don't know, not many of you know yet. Some of you know, but not many of you. I am moving finally back to Tennessee. So over this next 2 weeks is going to be wonky still. The past 2 weeks was wonky because the DLA Dow project just took off. It's going crazy. We're generating revenues on that project already. It's just going crazy. If you're interested in cryptos and PD gaming, play to earn gaming, getting paid to play games in the crypto space, then be sure to go check out the DLA Dow. We did just start. Boy, that was crazy. I sounded like a cat right there. We just did start the Framework Fortune Media Network YouTube channel. So on that YouTube channel, in fact, let me go grab it really quickly and drop that link for you guys. But on this YouTube channel, you will be able to find every single content creator in the Framework Fortune Media Network. All their content will, as any of us uploads, it will be on that channel. So if you're like trying to kind of keep up with HH and Reliable Rudy and myself, or you're on the crypto side and you're trying to keep up with my crypto stuff that I've got going on, and then of course the Framework Fortune Community Project, all of that. It's just, I gotta find it. Where'd it go? Hold on a second. I'm also very tired. I haven't been sleeping since this DLA DAO project launched because of how amazingly quick that project has taken off. Oh, I don't see it. Why is it not showing up? Let me check something here. This INDL is really testing this uptrend. Either Lori's gonna be right or Austin's gonna be right. One of the two. Or Rudy. One of the two. Well, somebody's about to be right. Why can I? Oh, I know where I can go find that link at. I know where I posted that link at. Hold on just a second. And then we also just added Chaotic Good to the Framework Fortune Media Network. Look at that. Reclaiming 12 and starting to push. It gets over 1210. This thing's coming back alive. Come on. Where did it go? I just posted it in... Nope, I need to post that in the Discord as well. Announcement. Oh yeah, here it is. Okay. That's why I love Discord, because I forget stuff too easy. Alright. There you go. So that is the Framework Fortune Media Network channel. There's not going to be like any content from anybody directly on that channel. It's all going to be content from all channels from content creators in the media network. So like I said, you will be able to, if you subscribe to that channel, you'll get notifications whenever any of us go live, right? So that's set up and ready to go. Like I said, if you haven't joined the Discord, join the Discord. But as soon as I get to Tennessee, after I get settled in, so give me about another 2-3 weeks, we'll get back to consistency on these morning streams. I'll probably do another morning live stream this week if I can. But like I said, everything's going to be real touch and go until I'm actually moved and settled in. But I'm not going anywhere. I've not left. I've just been busy on the DLA DAO project. And the Framework Fortune project was put on hold for the DLA blockchain project, but we're learning a whole lot. So when we do finally release the Framework Fortune blockchain project, it should, in theory, run very smooth, because the DAO right at the moment is running very smooth. So a lot of different things. That's a bigger project. That's why the DLA DAO was put out first, because it was a lot quicker to get going and act as a good tester. But now DLA DAO has become amazing. So if you guys are interested in cryptos, I would definitely suggest coming and joining that Discord. But all right, guys, I think that is it for me today. I don't think I missed any other announcements or important things. If you're in the Framework Fortune Discord, that is also going through a little bit of renovation over the next 2 weeks, as we probably will add a leveling system to it, maybe with some type of prizes or some type of reward, something. But yeah, we'll get to all of that here soon. The Framework Fortune Media Network is still growing, and we are adding more content creators. And if you are a content creator and you are interested, you don't have to sign contracts. The whole point of the Framework Fortune Media Network is collective viewership, collective bargaining power instead of companies coming at one of us with some garbage ass affiliate program. By all of us being in one network, we can leverage that, and that is a whole different way that sponsors and advertisers have to come at us, right? I told a sponsorship yesterday that they were talking about some type of deal, and I said, Framework Fortune Media Network, we don't do affiliate programs. If you want advertising or sponsorships, you let us know what the scope of work is. We'll get back to you with a quote. Simple as that. Now, the idea of the Framework Fortune Media Network that I want to continue on down the blockchain path is making it to where the network for content creators is rewarded with the Framework Fortune token, as well as viewers and followers of those channels who are very active, right? So like Lori Lee, you would definitely be one that would be getting some Framework Fortune token for always being active. Donnell, everybody who's always active except for One Life and Daniel B, because their activity is useless, right? No, sometimes they're good. But yeah. What did you say, Stonks? What message did you say? Let me see. Oh, appreciate that. Thank you guys. I didn't see all those comments about the thank you. I know some of you guys been following me. I've been trying forever to get back to Tennessee for the last 2 years. And every house, everything I've tried to buy has not worked out because of stupid stuff. So I'm very glad to get out of Wisconsin, where they're taxing my balls off right now, and get back to Tennessee where I can at least only have a half a nut taxed instead of my whole entire sack. That's I don't see that. I don't see any other messages, Stonks and Chomps, from you in the last little bit, other than you're back. Was there something else you said that's not showing up in the chat? Get out of here. Damn little gnat. Hate those little things. Trying to interrupt my live stream. What's wrong with you? Do you see? I'm on a camera right now, you stupid little bug. Should be more cognizant of your... Okay. All right, guys, I'm done. I got to get going. Appreciate everybody joining me as always. We'll try to be back again this week for another live stream here. If you've been following the Framework Fortune Crypto, I'm like 2-3 weeks behind on that channel. So I plan on doing a live stream this week to update everybody on that channel with the cryptos, technical analysis, and what is going on with the DLA DAO, blah, 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 all kinds of stuff. We're just busy. We're growing. We're having fun. We're all making money. Let's get it. We don't care about recessions, and we don't care about crashing stock markets, because we know all this is fake, and we know how to use it to our advantage. You guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe.